After his big win against Frank Martin, Gervonta Davis is making headlines again. But this time, it's not because of his boxing skills. Reports are saying that Davis was spotted at a well-known hotel, which seemed normal at first. However, what happened next was anything but ordinary. Davis apparently got into a physical fight with none other than his former mentor, Floyd Mayweather. Recently, Gervonta Davis and Floyd Mayweather have been caught in a bitter rivalry. This feud didn't just come out of nowhere. It seems like the issues between them started when Davis began feeling unhappy with the kind of opponents he was facing. According to reports, Davis believed that Mayweather wasn't doing enough to promote his fights or get him the challenging matchups he deserved. Davis, known for his powerful punches and skills in the ring, likely wanted to prove himself against tougher opponents. But in his mind, Mayweather wasn't helping him do that. This frustration may have grown over time, eventually causing a rift between the two. What once seemed like a strong partnership has now turned into a tense situation. Mayweather has spoken up about this. He explained that Davis is someone who just can't wait and lacks the patience that's needed to be a top boxer. According to Mayweather, Davis always wants to have fights lined up, constantly asking for new matchups. Mayweather thinks this might not be the best approach, especially for someone like Davis, who's still building his career. Davis is an incredible fighter, but not many opponents are brave enough to face him. Mayweather believes that finding worthy opponents is tough, and that's why Davis needs to be patient. Rushing into fights could be risky, and Mayweather doesn't want Davis to burn out too quickly. Since then, the tension between Davis and Mayweather has only gotten worse. What started as a disagreement has now turned into pure hatred. Fast forward to today, and reports are coming in that the two were seen in a hotel, getting into a heated argument. Some even say it got physical, with both men wanting to settle things right then and there. Now, even before the fight at the hotel, some inside information came out about what really caused the brawl. It turns out that Mayweather had been mocking Davis for a while. He laughed at him for picking opponents who didn't stand much of a chance against him. This really hit a nerve with Davis, who always prides himself on being a strong fighter. A lot of people think Davis tries to avoid the best fighters in his division. Even though he took a big risk fighting Ryan Garcia and won in an amazing way, it seems like he's going back to picking easier opponents. Some fans are starting to notice this pattern again, which makes them question his choices. Just recently, a report came out saying that Davis might fight Lamont Roach Jr. next. Now, Roach is a decent boxer, but he's not really someone with a big name or impressive record. Fans don't think this will be a super exciting match, like the one against Garcia. They feel like Davis should aim for bigger challenges instead of taking on opponents who don't seem to be at his level. While Davis has proven himself before, choosing someone like Roach might hurt his reputation. People want to see him fight the best of the best, not just boxers who won't push him to his limits. Everyone is waiting to see if this fight actually happens, or if Davis will choose someone with more star power. Mayweather and Davis definitely have a lot of history. Earlier this year, just a few weeks after Davis's fight with Frank Martin, things almost got physical between them. This happened outside of a nightclub in Las Vegas. It was a pretty heated moment, and everyone thought they would end up fighting right there. It's pretty obvious that Davis and Mayweather don't like each other anymore. Fans were hoping that, instead of fighting Roach, Davis would face Mayweather in the ring. But that's not going to happen anytime soon. For now, they will have to wait to see if that big fight ever becomes possible. Now, Davis has a different view when it comes to choosing his opponents. He claims it's not really about who he fights. Instead, he focuses on the money he can make from the match. This might sound surprising, but for Davis, it's all about the big paycheck. He believes that anyone who has the courage to step into the ring with him can challenge him, no matter who they are. He also thinks that as long as a fighter is willing to trade punches with him, they can fight. It doesn't matter if they are a big name or not. He seems to be taking a page from his former mentor, Mayweather, who is well known for being very smart about making money in boxing. Nah, it's not about who I'm fighting, it's all about the money. Anyone can step up and challenge me, as long as they've got the guts to trade blows with me in the ring. For me, what matters most is the compensation I'm getting from the fight. At the end of the day, it's business. Davis has not held back when it comes to taking jabs at Mayweather. He often jokes about how Mayweather likes to brag about being undefeated throughout his boxing career. To Davis, that undefeated record doesn't really mean much. He argues that Mayweather chose to retire early on purpose. By doing so, he avoided facing tougher opponents who might have been able to beat him. Mayweather loves to flaunt the fact that he's undefeated, but that record doesn't mean anything to me. He made sure to retire early so he wouldn't have to face a worthy opponent who could beat him. It's easy to stay undefeated when you step away before the real challenges come knocking. Now it seems that Mayweather is completely unfazed by Davis's comments. Why is that? Instead of responding directly, he has chosen to flaunt his impressive new possessions, including a powerful 700 horsepower Mercedes and a hefty stack of cash. The latest addition to his luxury collection is the stunning Mercedes G Brabus 700 Tiffany edition. It must be thrilling, and perhaps a little intimidating, to hear its 8-cylinder engine roaring to life. This beast can deliver an astounding 571 horsepower and 960 Newton-meters of torque, allowing this massive vehicle, which weighs over 2 tons, to reach a top speed of 240 kilometers per hour. Not only that, but it can go from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 4.9 seconds, showcasing the incredible power that Mayweather has at his fingertips. Mayweather is all about showmanship, even to the point of exhibitionism. Recently, he took to his social media to share images of his car's interior, showcasing a massive stack of $100 bills. To satisfy the curiosity of his fans, we looked into the measurements and thickness of the bills. It turns out that a stack of 100 new bills has an approximate thickness of 1 centimeter. This means that $10,000 can fit into just 1 centimeter. From this, is Mayweather really bothered by what Davis is saying about him? It doesn't seem that way at all. On the outside, he appears unfazed, flaunting his luxurious lifestyle and new cars. However, that could just be the surface. Beneath that confident exterior, there might be some feelings he hasn't shared. After all, everyone has their moments of vulnerability, even champions like Mayweather. So, what about you? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments below.